All this week on Dateline Schools, we get to learn how we're meeting the needs of our special education students here in St. Clair County during this pandemic, as we talk with SCCRESA's Director of Special Education Services, Deana Tuczek. And Deana, we have a very special place on our campus, the Woodland Developmental Center. About 170 or so kids are in that program, but that program is still going. Tell us about why that decision was made and why that's so important.
Well, we were very fortunate when the health department made the comments that special education programs could remain open because they recognized that this was a population that didn't always benefit from remote learning or from being online. Our students at that program have severe cognitive impairments or autism, or they just have a significant learning needs. So we know that the best place for our students at that program is to be face-to-face instruction. We have been very fortunate at that building to be able to have very low numbers of positivity rates. And we've been able to really focus on, the face masking, the social distancing, the keeping our kids into cohort groups that allows us to not have exposure to a lot of other groups within the program. We have some pretty structured cleaning protocol, and our staff wear PPE. So they are wearing gowns, masks, and all of that for their classes. And they wear that all day long to support the students in the building. So because of some of those precautions that we've taken, and because our student population typically comes to school and then goes home to their family, they're not socializing or in as many sporting activities or that type of thing, we've really been able to somewhat control the mitigation of the disease at that building.
Also know you run a Special Olympics program through there. You talked about athletics.
Yeah.
Are we able to do those anymore, or has that this year been kind of a wash for those kids, unfortunately?
Well, we still have some of our staff that work through that. They're doing some virtual programming with that, but it's not, like I said, it's not as robust as it's been in years past, where our students have been able to go to other districts and areas in the state and participate with them, similar to what's happening with all sports across the state.
And you're able to keep staff going too. You mentioned staffing for some of the regular public school buildings, but your staff is able to keep going too.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. Like I said, we've had, in comparison to some of the larger districts, we have not had as many of our staff out at that building, and part of it's basically due to some of the PPE that we're using. But we do offer, we are offering full face-to-face instruction, but we do have some families who have selected, due to their family needs, to not return to the school, as we have medically fragile students at that building, so they are receiving remote instruction. So very few of our families do that, but at this point we're trying to be flexible to their needs.
We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Herring.